Can you remember a time when you had to push a feeling away? Maybe a discussion that you're afraid to have. Maybe somebody said something that you didn't feel comfortable to say something back. Maybe something by just watching something triggered something inside you. Can you remember a time when you had to push that stuff away? I can. Hi, Nata here. I come to you with this message because I have discovered inside me the courage that is needed to not push feelings away. And the courage that is needed can be taken from the inside out. And when we have the courage to actually look at what is disturbing us, what is uncomfortable, and we have the courage to process that rather than stuff it away, push it away, like really deny a part of us that wants to be seen, wants to be integrated rather than be pushed away. Because one thing I know from my studies is that unprocessed emotions are kept inside of our system, and the subconscious remembers it. It keeps it there, and every time we are triggered, we have a chance to look at it. We have that chance to process it, to meet it, to greet it, to take the lesson, and to let go, because it met its purpose. And this is very important because the hardest times are the ones that are happening in our families, based on my experience, because that's where we created a lot of rules. That's where a lot of time was spent, and so we had the time to feel something there that maybe wasn't right, maybe wasn't done right by siblings, parents, and what they did know at that time they used. And so if it wasn't the best way of dealing with something for themselves, because they had to deal with their own issues, and then you are in the mix, and you are just you can see and sense how a family embryo, a family environment is the place where a lot of experiences have happened. So we might have developed anxiety there, we might have developed depression there, we might have developed, and I don't want to use these labels, but I know that's how it is known. We might have developed sorrow there, we might have developed joy there. So it is not to judge it, it is to understand it, it is to be with it and recognize that that's the environment you were born into, but that is not the environment that defines you. Your past doesn't have to be repeated in the present, unless you stay there, unless you choose to stay there, because you don't have better tools. And I hope this makes sense to you, and I am here not to trigger you. I am here to tell you that there is a way out. Friction is a very clear sign that there is a part of us that needs to be awakened to. There's a part of us that is not in the love soup. So when we recognize that there is a trigger, then we look at it. We don't push it away. We say, what am I here to feel? What did I push away a long time ago because I didn't know how to deal with it? That's a better way of meeting that trigger with curiosity and saying, what is there for me to learn from? How can I raise it at a higher vibration and transmute it and dissolve it and process this so it doesn't have to be coming again and again as a trigger? And that's a work that takes your own inner courage to do it inside of you. And as you develop that inner courage to see and feel and deal with what is, and do the energy work, so it is the flow is reestablished, then you get the courage to speak out the truth, your truth. Speak out with your honesty, because losing your own independence and finding yourself in triggers, it's not an efficient way of living. On the other side is, I can regain my independence by getting this courage, by feeling and dealing and seeing what I need to do. What am I not wanting to feel and deal? What am I not standing up for? Standing up in truth doesn't have to be ugly, doesn't have to be angry. It can be passionate. You are allowed to be passionate. You are allowed to express, but express it on a higher consciousness, on a higher willingness to fix and repair and bring love in the mix. Because if it happened in a family, there's always high intent there to be loving, and everybody does love in the way they know. But if we can connect that there was a love intent there, and it was expressed to their capabilities and abilities, nevertheless, if you can connect with that, you can appreciate it. You can. And the expectations of how love should be, they don't have to be kept in the mixed. They don't need to be present. Your shoulds, your expectations, you didn't, you, it's all out there, because inside here we didn't own our truth. So triggers, discussions that are hurtful, are an opportunity for us to go with courage inside of us and see what is there to be met by you, the higher loving consciousness you, maybe that younger self that couldn't get it from other sides. Because the people that gave us love, they gave it to us the way they knew it, and you choosing to do it in the way of a loving adult that you are, and giving yourself that and forgiving others really frees you. It gives you freedom and a sense of peace. A sense of peace because you're overwhelmed of those emotions. You overcame it. Freedom is overcoming your own inner trigger, your own emotions. That is freedom. That is peace. And then you can pour love from this higher consciousness, from this higher person that you are, and everything dissolves in love. Everything dissolves in love. Love is an universal solvent. Use it. And your peace is a thought away. Your peace is a feeling away. Just gotta have the courage to go inside. If you need any help, I can help you with that. And know that it is a journey of fulfillment. There is a journey of higher self, higher true self, wanting to free you from triggers, from overwhelm, from sadness, from anger, whatever it is. I wish you freedom, lots of it. Much love.